Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. If you're someone who loves to dive deep into focused learning, you know that sometimes the biggest game changers come from the simplest ideas. Today, we're looking at an incredibly powerful concept called the architecture of consistent living. It's a framework that will completely shift how you view your everyday routines. So let's jump right in and unlock the mechanics of our habits.
Section 1. The myth of consistency.
We hear the word consistency, and I don't know about you, but we usually think of it like this rare superpower, right? Like only Navy SEALs or top-tier athletes have it. But the text completely shatters that idea with a massive paradigm shift. It says, everyone is consistent doing something in their lives. Think about that for a second. Consistency isn't this magical trait you're somehow missing. You're literally doing it right now.
So the real question here is, what are you consistent at? Seriously, take a pause right now and ask yourself that. Look at your automatic, everyday routines. Those things you just do on autopilot. Are you consistently hitting snooze 5 times every morning? Or consistently doom scrolling before bed? Or maybe you're consistently grabbing a glass of water right when you wake up. The engine of consistency is already running in the background. We just gotta look under the hood.
Section 2. Assessing your behaviors. Okay, so once we realize we've actually had this undeniable power of consistency all along, we have to do a little bit of a life audit. The text hits us with this profound, really uncompromising question. Are your consistent activities and behaviors in your best interests or not? Are those habits you're repeating day in and day out building your future? Or are they, actively holding you back?
Now, to clear up exactly what that means, the author defines acting in our best interests super simply. It's choosing to be consistent in doing healthy things. And the absolutely crucial word there is choosing. It's not about being perfect 24/7. It's about making that conscious, deliberate choice to repeatedly do things that are good for your overall well-being. It takes that automatic pilot we just talked about and puts you back in the driver's seat.
Section 3. The daily dichotomies.
Abstract concepts are great and all, but how does this actually look in the real world? Well, it starts at the absolute ground level with our micro choices. It's a daily pendulum swing. Are you consistently not taking care of yourself? Maybe ignoring your basic needs and burning the candle at both ends? Or, on the flip side, are you consistently taking care of yourself and truly prioritizing your rest? You are consistently choosing one side of that pendulum, whether you realize it or not. Then we move into the physical realm. Not exercising daily versus having some physical activity daily. Picture your own week right now. Which side of this split represents your reality? And notice how the text specifically says some physical activity. It's a great reminder that you don't need to run a marathon every day. Just choosing a little bit of movement is a huge win. It's a habit you're stacking in your favor. And keeping that rhythm going, we've got to look at what we're fueling our bodies with. Are you eating healthy or are you eating junk? Guess what? Both are forms of consistency. Reaching for that sugary snack every single day at 3 p.m., that is an incredibly consistent behavior. The author is practically shaking us to realize the question isn't if you're consistent, it's just whether your daily fuel aligns with where you actually want to go. So let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. When we check out major life areas like sleep, our relationships, our finances, these choices completely compound. In our best interest, we have optimum sleep, quality time with family, and careful spending. But on the exact opposite side, we've got not sleeping well, completely neglecting our loved ones, and splurging on stuff we don't even need. These seemingly separate areas, they actually stack up to build the entire foundation of your life. And the source material doesn't stop at just health or money. It elevates this whole idea to a moral level. It contrasts not standing by your values and breaking your promises against actively standing by them. Character, it turns out, isn't just something you're born with. Actually, scratch that. It's definitely not something you're just born with. Character is the direct product of your daily consistency. All right, let's swing that pendulum back to the positive side for a moment. This is the aspirational blueprint the source really wants us to grab hold of. Optimum sleep, daily physical activity, eating healthy, spending time with family, keeping promises, spending carefully, and standing by your values. Literally, these are the consistent, healthy behaviors that define living in your best interests. It's a pretty incredible list when you see it all laid out.
Section 4. Defining your quality of life.
So we've audited our habits, we've looked at the choices, but what's the ultimate payoff here? Where does all this lead? Well, the author gives us this incredibly stark warning. You can be consistent with anything. It could be good or bad for you. Consistency itself, it's completely neutral. It's like a fast-moving car. The power and the danger is entirely about where you consciously choose to steer it. Which brings us right to the heavy, final thesis of this text. Your quality of life depends on the kind of behaviors you are consistent with. It literally is that simple and that direct. The tiny, micro decisions you make on, say, a random Tuesday morning, whether you hit snooze, what you grab for breakfast, how you speak to your partner, those are not just random, meaningless events. No way. They are the exact building blocks dictating your entire quality of life. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one absolutely vital question to chew on today. What behaviors will dictate your quality of life? Remember, you already have the immense power of consistency wired right into your brain. Now, it's just about choosing where to aim it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep learning, keep focusing, and I'll catch you in the next one.